down. Have to move back, come down to my health, and then the training back. Yeah. So Mobile actually has a very public school for the academy. It's very training school for black. And so it grew and grew and grew. And and the school was back over here, Mobile County Training School. And we'll pay by that. And it got put up on the team. Wow. What grade? Well, it was the sixth grade. Yeah. And so, but the elementary school was built right here. And it was named after Isaiah Whitney because that became 35. Look, see, Washington, he said, "Look down out of the sea." Community school is just very, very, as a matter of fact, on Monday, kids had to bring school adult parents that they didn't go to, they didn't have that note, send them back home, and they parents had to bring the kids back to school, tell them why they didn't tell them to touch them. Okay. Yeah, so they let them back. Okay. So everything was good. And so you have Willis Elementary School here, then you move it kind of French school, but after 1970, after segregation ended, the school system really stopped running with it. Really was just wood frame buildings, termite buildings. Wow. And so they moved it over to the neighboring city of Detroit. And that's where it is right now. Has a school. And so they built in this place here a community center named after famous town down he was right on the other side of the church. And so he has a lot of families did down had his children. And so everybody knew the hope would be they played a lot of good sports. And so the community center now stands here, and the high school is now middle school, and it only holds about 200, 300 children. About 3 years ago, they closed out the project area over here, we go by there. And when they did that, we lost about. But our goal is to bring the community back up to at least about 5,000 or 6,000 people. At the height of AfricanTown, we had about 12,000. We had we had the only school in the area. And people just coming to AfricanTown. And Bill told the people that you had an address in AfricanTown, then we're high. Don't get town, mind, and back. So you had a lot of people just coming down, hit folks in a car. So Grove Field, with Evergreen, even out of Mississippi, Greenville, and they were selling, they get in a house, and then they go get a job, and go to work. So a lot of them went on. And so, well, in the 30s, actually, but they had a big expansion both IT and got in 1945. That's when they studied diagram, stuff like that, and then they have group work in the community. And AfricanTown at that time held two of the largest industries, two of the three largest industries in Mobile County had. International business 6,000, gas business about 6,000. And Brooklyn Field held about 6,000. So the paper mills are both on AfricanTown land? In AfricanTown land, we run me about Mobile food at AfricanTown. It was in the city. They were out here to get that. I think I had a hand up back here. Well, you just rest your hand. Okay. But yeah, international paper and gas in Africa. They were not in the city, they were in the county. So that's black. Yeah. How much away are they? I don't know.
And hello, everyone. Welcome to the Author Showcase. My name is Keith Williams. So glad you are here with us today. And we are here in the Mobile area in a part of town known as AfricanTown. It's a very historical town. And when we first came on the air, this guy that you see in front of us, he was kind of giving a preliminary scout of the area. And so for the next hour and a half to 2 hours, you'll get to see some of the most prominent parts of African town and kind of get like a detailed history of this area. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot that's going to be said during this trip. So
we're gonna ride and then go circle after town, take a look at some of the houses and stuff. Then we're gonna ride the conference, see the business that's around the entire community. And what we're basically trying to do now is get a business and stuff for coming that we've been here for years. And so EPA, International Paper Scott years ago, they called redo your fluid system, stop the area, or you leave. So they said, and so they left. They started getting out here by early 90s, finally got out around 2000. So we'll give big vacant lots, most by our people. And Scott, Scott's sold mostly up to the Timber Claw. So they don't do a lot of Scott.
Yeah, and I'll just share a story, a personal story for me. My father worked for International Paper Company, and I've lived in paper mill towns my whole life. And we moved to Mobile in 1975, and my dad worked here at the mill that you're going to see the brown field that is left, which is horrible. And I worked at the mill for 2 summers, and I have to tell you, it's a horrible experience. And I think about my dad always had a mill car because the pollutants that would rain down every day killed the paint on the car. So they have water sprinkler things set up so that when you leave the mill, run through this water to wash off the car so you'll get less paint off. And when I came and met Joe the first time, and we went over and saw where the mill was, where I used to work and my dad worked, it is right across the street from the and I just to think about that this pollution that rained on, at least they were only there for 12 hours a day and they went home, they got to wash off. These people had this raining on them all the time. It rained on their cars, it rained on their bodies, it rained on the ground that they were growing in. I cannot imagine what it would be like to live on a daily basis for decades. Like snow occasionally.
Snow, yeah, ash coming out of the hot place, stuff like that. It would rust out of car, right? He's talking about what you use. Right. And as a kid, especially on the weekends, and I was talking about the meal get around. But I was sitting there, these 2 large smokestacks, and on the weekend it blew up. And but it blew up this weekend. Especially on the weekend, but yeah, playing the park and stuff, and you're a kid, and they started ringing that bell on you know, to drop that bad. If you right in the middle of a pitch, you drop that bad, run home, and your mama take your clothes off the line. So they have a dryer, everything was dry by the
Let's
sun.
see if I can drop it in. Hold on. I don't know how to drop it in. I never know how to do that.
So
tell me what the address. Tell me what the address
was
850 Edwards.
So this kind of describing this area as being a heavy industrial
850
area until like the 90s and 2000s when EPA gave them a choice, international paper, whether to comply with their decree or they have to leave. And so they chose to end up leaving. The a lot of people that live in AfricanTown, that is where they work. So there used to be like 12,000 people here, and most of the adults work at International Paper. So now we'll see later on exactly what type of businesses are here, what type of houses is here, why this is considered to be an historical area. So it's not necessarily, you may call it the city of Mobile. We probably debate whether or not this is Mobile or this is Pritchard. And Pritchard is a suburb of Mobile, but it's in Baldwin County. Some say this is Baldwin County, some say this is Mobile County. So this is probably Mobile County. Oh no. So we go like Daphne and Fairhope, that's Baldwin County.
Yeah, we had many. Yeah, that's Virginia. So, yeah, got it. So next, got it.
So you see it appears from, I guess.
No, it's not because
We're wondering how close you are.
no, they don't have.
What color car? What color vehicle? Martha.
They just announced
Martha.
that 6%
You haven't
water, drinking water.
Everybody knows a white car.
I don't know. That was
I see a black.
So anytime that we hear some facts or information about here, we will of course
I think this is
interrupt
her
it.
pulling in.
in a black car. That car.
Okay,
No,
well,
she's not in a black. I asked her. I said, "Are you in a black car?" She said, "No." I think it's a white, bigger car. Oh no, it's
We'll be pulling out here pretty soon. Like I said, while we're on here, or anytime there's like any type of facts that's mentioned here or any significant information here, that will be interrupted. So you can kind of, really hear exactly what's being said. So this tour bus is really unique in itself, right here. It's not like your ordinary tour buses here. It's kind of like you're on a Greyhound bus, but you have a little bit more room to kind of like stretch your legs or something like that. So you kind of get like the feel of the excitement that's going on here. And pretty soon we'll be pulling out here. And we hope that you will stay with us to kind of get like a feel of what's going on here. So this is AfricanTown, which is in Mobile County. Some say this is part of Pritchard, some say it's part of Mobile. But you will hear the specifics of that once we start moving here. Let's set the record straight. So you kind of like get the feel of what's going through. Again, we thank you so much for being on here. I just want you to see my face before we actually board. It's been raining all everyone here. We met with some storms over the weekend here, and it was pretty bad, like in northern Alabama, where Huntsville, Madison, metropolitan area, that is. Birmingham got a significant amount of rain. It went through Montgomery, and now we're experiencing some of it here in the Mobile area. So it's been raining off and on, but I don't think it'll be enough to kind of like keep us from really seeing the sights and the sounds of AfricanTown out here. So.
Come back. As we drive, you know, and you take a look at the houses, most of these houses were built around 30, and they are actually houses of descendants, which what put us on the historical register. Although there are no structures really from the original still, their descendants do have put us on the historical register. We're gonna take a left here, and you can see that the houses, some of them have been remodeled, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to remodel homes, and it would be actually a good starter home for people, young people coming in to get a house less than $50,000, got a yard, it's safe, it's quiet. And so people come in here all the time looking for a home. We just go ahead and take a building. Like houses are fixed up.
It's sunny, no rain.
So that's the first thing. We got to fix up our houses and then start building new structures.
It's black.
Yeah, it'll fall.
You see a lot of vacant land right here. The vacant lot. So that's possible new structure that needs repaired. That could be repaired right there.
So question.
The community actually repairs this house burned down. The community
Do the city of Mobile offer like different grants and things for the help rehabilitate homes?
But they sort of at the bottom side because for some reason we didn't qualify.
Oh.
The city's not working well with us.
Okay.
Because see, one thing we've done is vacant lot here. One thing we've done is there was a plan that would eliminate about 75% of our students. And it takes time to do away with a plan.
Yeah.
Because when people come up with a plan, a lot of times they commit money with that plan.
Yeah.
And so we've shown them another way to make money, but still it takes time to get this through to the business people who made this plan. Sport, we have a rich history of sport. Some of you all may remember the 1969 Miracle Met. On that team, this really had two members. Leon Jones caught that last out. You may have seen it in Men in Black, but a man caught the last out with the New York Mets. He was right here. Oh, Leon Jones. Remember the 1969 Miracle Met. He's considered the best all-around athlete in the history of Mobile County. 1,800 yards as a senior rushing, 22 touchdowns, triple-double in basketball. In track, he ran a 9,200. And never lost a race. And baseball, he's been there. He and both over 80, he's been there over 800. That's why I laugh at these young kids. They hit 300 and we look for pro country. I hit 400. I thought and so Leon Jones and Tom Edgy actually went to our school. They played high school ball together. They ended up winning 69 World Series with New York Mets, along with Amos Otis, who made his name in Kansas City. He also is from the area. We have Hall of Famers Billy Williams with our Chicago Cubs. Hank Aaron played right in the area. He played here. Thatcher played was from the area. He played for the college. Isaac Smith, he was born in that area. He moved as a little younger kid. And Willie Montgomery, they played a lot. They all play baseball in this area to learn their trade in Africa. Here's some more houses that have been here a long time that they could use to prepare. And that, this whole area you see to your left is vacant. There was no such thing as a vacant spot without kids. Every spot had a house, and every house had at least 8 people. I could go a house here, house back here, house in my area, my house situation, compound house,
Oh,
and that was like 22 kids, enough kids for football, baseball, and basketball. So it didn't have to go for the find free.
like there, you might want to do the boat show and the fly house there, but they're always nice. Have people at
Yeah, they have a black crowd. Of course, we do too, but we have to maintain our so many houses to stay on the National Historic Preservation. We can't have them just tearing down houses. We prepare those houses, and we've been told by experts that I don't care what kind of shape the house is in, we can get it repaired. So that's the situation we are in, and we have to get our council people to work. That's the key. But off to your right there, that's the historic county training school. Right now, the school system is doing some repairs, and that's what about it. What food is it? Anybody?
anyone still need to go to the bathroom?
Good.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
You got
Several of us outdoors people on our way.
Moving County Training School, like I said initially, it's a Rosenwald school. It was certified in 1910, but it mysteriously burned down a big fire community in 1915. And so,
Joe, I don't know that everyone knows what a Rosenwald school is.
okay, Rosenwald Julius, that was a philanthropist, a Jewish philanthropist, Julius Rosenwald. He's the first CEO of Steel and Robot. And after the Civil War, he took his money and collaborated with Booker T. Washington. Booker T. Washington knew how to educate black, and he had the money. And between he and Booker T. Washington, they actually built over 5,300 schools around the Southeast just for the education of free black children. And so Alabama had quite a number, and I was one of them. Now, of those 5,300 schools that they built, there's only 3 that still remain. Right here. There's another middle school, Dunbar Middle School in Little Rock, Arkansas, and there's another middle school in around the DC, Maryland area. So 5,300 schools to educate free black and their children, and I was one of the only 3 that are still remain. Oh, they are either a museum or they were some type of public park building, but they not educate kids. Like, and I was one that still educate kids to the public school system. Get up here. None of it's rich. That one there in the middle, Bible building, that's the oldest one. I think they started renovations around 60, and they have a few cents. But no, we don't have any rich. I wish we did. I wish we did. Now, you might want to take a picture of that bill there. You probably see that bill in some form of fashion in the news, papers, magazines. This whole section is known as the AfricanTown Freedom Bill park here at the school. Now, the story behind that bill is that when they were bringing the 110 that they had over from Africa here, and they were mostly small. The youngest one was 2. I thought it was baby. The oldest one was about 26. And because you'll lose at that time. They were, they'd never been out in the ocean before. They thought they were away from their parents, most of them. And and they did a lot of crime. They did a lot of crime. And when they left in a hurry because Dealey was coming to steal them back, take the money, and run people out. They ended up leaving 15 on shore. They only ended up bringing the 110 back to 25. But
they picked him up in Africa.
In Africa, yeah. He was 125, and so they had to leave in a hurry. And when they left all the supplies that they had. On the way back, they ran out of supply. They had to mix chemicals with water, and they cried all the time. Matter of fact, the crew full of mutiny on Captain Falls. At the first time, we see some man go put them out and go home. He said, "Well, look, guys, you go home. You can go home, take money, but don't get your wife. You don't have no money." And so he talked them out of it. But anyway, one thing, they came through a hurricane coming back and everything else. And one thing that sort of kept uh, the enslaved people together and they got real strong as a group was that bell. Now, they knew that when the bell wasn't making a sound, the deep and there was no storm. But when that bell rang, clang, 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 they knew the sea was angry and a storm was coming. So when that happened, they would all huddle up, get real close. And and especially with the young, sort of company to especially the fall. And so that bell got to be very, very close to. And so even though when they finally got here, they didn't speak in English or anything. They knew or sensed that Captain Parker was about to burn that boat, make that boat, but they wanted that bell. So they reached back and said, the bell, the bell. So Bowler, he gave them the bell. And they dragged that bell with them up and down wherever they went. And when they built their first church over here, we go by there, they put it up there, and that church burned down. And so they brought it over here to the school when they eventually built the school. And they put the bell in the schoolyard. And he back put up under the tree. And so they would ring that bell, the principal did let them know the school was coming in and that school was taking out aid. And they would ring it whenever there was a fire at night. You heard that bell ring that night, you knew that was a fire because, as I mentioned, it was its own incorporated area, so it wasn't part of Mobile, it wasn't part of Christian. Sometimes neither one of them would come put out a fire because it's not part of the city. And so they had to try to put the fire out themselves. And it would also rain, the paper mill sitting back over there. And if, like I said earlier, you heard that bell ring and you look up, you saw the black smoke, like a black cloud. So you drop what you're doing, run home, and help your mama take the clothes in because it was just the start of white clothes. And the colored clothes, you have to rewash them. And you rewash the clothes in general. And so you got out there and you help them take the clothes in and stuff like that. So the bell was used for a lot of reasons. Now, in the 80s, the school system sent a maintenance crew out here to do some repairs on the school. And the crew chief said, well, the bell was in bad shape. He said, look, I can take that bell and sandblast it, and I'll bring it back. And we almost like new bell. So the principal said, okay, so they took the bell, they never brought it back. Never brought it back. So back then, the alumni, they looked, they get a clue, they looked, never found the bell. So about 4 or 5 years ago, our current alumni president said, Joe, I want to reestablish the tradition of the bell. So I may have been one of the last one to ring that old bell. We won the baseball championship and we came back and rang that bell. And so we got on the internet, we found that bell right there on the Mississippi line, close to Biloxi over that way. And about 1,000, I done brought it back here. We got some Masons in the Alumni Association. And so they built see right here, right now. And so now we have our bell back. So we established this tradition of the bell. The principal sometimes let the top student each quarter sort of ring the bell occasionally. And so that's not the original bell, but it's the one that we we get a lot of pride with. Any questions on the bell?
Is it about the same size?
It is just about the same size. About the same size. So I imagine that old bell is somewhere. One thing about it, I guess nobody had thought about it then, but with that old bell, you would probably take samples, make you a bell. And it probably would tie something back to the people that had the ship.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm talking about? Yeah. Everybody got the pieces they need? Okay, the next time we'll be right up there where well, you can see these buildings there. They've been, outhouses been, indoor buildings was, but these buildings, they go way back. These are our older buildings. And the guy, Jack.
Now, are there people that are living in those?
In that middle, but not in other we still work on that side. But that, as a matter of fact, that last back there, the guy named Jack, he had sort of like little place where young people go and have parties and stuff, and we call it Jack Lake. Yeah, Jack Lake. Okay, now this is the African Town Heritage House that's opening up July the 8th of this year. That date coincides with the landing of the flotilla. And it's going to house artifacts that have been brought up from the flotilla. They have to be kept in a very special, pristine environment because they've been down on the water so long. Right now, the artifacts up at the in Montgomery at the state capitol, the Service Commission, and they want to bring them down here. Now, when they first found the ship, all the politicians, everybody said, "No, the African people, we're gonna get that ship up and we're gonna bring it here in African Town to help revitalize the community." So, a couple of years ago, when the historical commission said we need to get this stuff down to Mobile, and they said, "Well, where are you gonna put it?" So they looked around the community, and when they had their meeting as to what they were gonna do with it and put it, they didn't have a place in Africa. So the mayor of Mobile said, "Well, we'll put it in the museum downtown." Well, our guardian angel, I called it, our commission named Imperial Love, and she said, "Well, we told the people of AfricanTown that we're gonna put that whatever brought up in AfricanTown, and then we're gonna put it there." So they said, "Well, where you gonna put it? You ain't got no place. It's out field." and so at that time, she got with the county, city council, and that building was estimated to cost about $750,000, something like that, 700,000. So the city was spending 350. She was county was spending 350. Right now, I think the final tally on this bill is going to be around $2 million. The city's still stuck on 350, and so she's putting the rest up. And so it's going to open July the 8th, and that you can pull up a little bit, I'll take a picture of that. That is something that they put up a few weeks ago. We had a big celebration, and I haven't quite figured it out yet. It's supposed to tell the story. Well, they said if you could start anywhere in the something like if you went inside a cave and found our yeah, and you see drawings and it tells a story. Supposedly that will tell the story, and anywhere you start is okay. Did I say it right?
I think I met the woman who did that.
Okay. Well, she did this. That was just done by two guys. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, the woman, memory people. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's my thing. But right now,
No, I don't think
no.
you know what? Can I pass? You want to
Yeah.
look at this?
Take a picture of it and send it to everybody. Yes, ma'am.
So, I know that's actually a much larger, looks like right here. As far as the special house for
You know, it's not to bring it up.
one night.
Oh, I think that's different. Yeah. So they have to keep it in yeah. Yeah. And so that's a big expense, but that's $2 million is just for the structure. It's about 5,000. Now they're working on putting up a museum itself, and when they get that museum up back, go over to the real museum. But this is just a temporary structure for that. And once it moves out of here, it'll become something else. They're still trying to decide. They should make an announcement pretty soon on what they figured out thus far. We all know that with enough money you can do anything. So I guess they're gonna have an estimate of how much it's gonna cost, and then if you want to pull it up, you have to raise the money.
At what point we're thinking about a reproduction of the
Yeah, that's still part of the plan. If that has to be done, that may have to be done. And they actually may have to end up doing something up there in that area so that maybe they can buy the male family property up there. Put another museum up there. Some money can come here.
And I think we're making an assumption that everyone has a little bit of the history of Africa and the sinking of the Clotilda. Are you familiar with that? And the mayor, the mayor, how do you say they got mayor, and the vet that started it all. Tell them about the vet, how this happened. So slavery had already, you were supposed to import slaves.
I think, do y'all hear me?
Yes, we can.
I think, well, he's gonna drive a little bit, but this is the field where we learn to trade. This is our athletic field for baseball. According to legend, just they were getting hot and heavy because of the slave ending of the slave trade. Well, the ending of the slave trade, they couldn't bring any more slaves into America after 1808, but they were still, slavery was still legal. And so he put a big hurt on the South. Cotton, sugar cane, tobacco, all that stuff. They put a big hurt on those places. And so around 1859, one of the Mayher family had a lot of business. One of the business they had was running steamboats up and down, and they people did a lot of gambling and stuff. And so one weekend, one Saturday, they were sitting around gambling. There was an ordinance on the trip, and he and Mayo started getting in a heated argument about slavery. And Mayo said, "Well, I could bring slaves into this country under the government's nose. They never came." So they got somebody who came and said, "Yes, I can." So they shook hands, and supposedly the bet was, I've heard somewhere between 1,000 and 100,000. And of course, Henry Williams was the guy I looked up to. He said 100,000. So that's what I put. That's what I said. $100,000. It had to be a bet that made it worthwhile. And so they make that bet, and
We're going to
I get
Kentucky here.
so she's back at the place.
Yeah.
Okay.
While you're telling the story, we were going to.
Okay. So they made that bet, and so they hired Captain Foster. They spent another 50,000. They bought his boat, re-outfitted, made the slave boat, boat, and it was fast. They made the test, and he actually had to outrun some authority. But yeah, it was a bet. It was a bet. All this was done supposedly on a bet. Although there have been research that shows that the Mayhem family may have been doing this.
That's
one reason why he made the bet was
another
because
part where the museums are the
yes, sir.
Can we stop back by those water fountains?
Yeah, we should can.
so this is a real good picture of that right there. And the sign right there.
Sorry about that.
And so,
Sharon was really excited about coming over. Yeah. Oh, is it?
and Jim Gatto, the guy who led the search for the ship, he's done a lot of research in front of the and one of the things we found out is that the Clotilda made a lot of trips to Africa before it. And if we went to Africa to pick up cargo to be transported down to the Caribbean. But they never showed that it made it. Those cargoes never made it. The boat ended up coming to Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, and Texas.
This kind of it's right here. A little bit about this African flag right here. That's the dimensions of it, kind of the information right there.
I'm on the phone with people now.
And so we're now going back on the tour.
So he's telling the story that
But that was a lot that happened on that trip over. This was a very secret thing, and they kept it a secret. As a matter of fact, when Captain Foster got it together, there was a crew of 10 plus 2. He and his cohort, and then they put 10. And they never told them what they were going to after the bus. So halfway over there, we stopped. They said, okay, now we're gonna go there and pick up a cargo of enslaved people. And they said, what? You're crazy, man. That's illegal. You gonna get us put in jail. But no, we're not gonna do that. So he said, look here. He said, I know Maker, he's a good friend of mine. And whatever Maker said that you think, I'll make sure he does it. They said, you can do that? He said, yeah, okay, let's go. So they went on over to Africa, and they got to Benin, the Omen at that time, and they got with the chief. He purchased 125 plus supplies, and they had a big party that night, and that's what the chief was known to have a big party, so people get drunk. And so the next day they put them on the ship. They looked out and they saw Zelu, the chief, coming with his boys. And he had been known to come and get the slaves back and run people off, keep the money. And so that's when Foster said, okay, let's pull anchor, let's get out of here. So they actually left 15 on the deck, on the dock, 15 and all of this supplies. Okay, who needs to get out? We have to put about it right there.
So while we're doing this, this right here is like a memorial keeper in AfricanTown here. So I'm going to read this. So this memorial keeper is in homage to bronze and cast iron plaques that hung in West African palaces hundreds of years ago.
all right, you guys had a break block.
Only got one open.
It's a 4-panel stainless steel storyboard with no designated first panel. Metalworking techniques make some elements appear golden before the sun. The artist used shapes and symbols in the memory keeper purposely to represent the past, present, and future of AfricanTown, as it shares the story of the 110 enslaved West Africans and their descendants. The memory keeper has no front or back, no beginning or end. The point at which each viewer approaches the sculpture is the point at which his or her interpretation should begin. So that's kind of what it looks like. And this is the location of it.
Yeah.
Okay, those are the artists.
Like I said, the community center.
These are the dimensions, the construction, and it was dedicated on February 3rd, 2023 by District 1 Mobile County Commissioner Marcelia Lunga. So that's the story about that. And pretty soon we will resume this great tour of AfricanTown. I hope that that you are enjoying yourself so far. We will begin resuming this tour or short.
They have church for
Yeah,
sale.
you move your stuff up there.
That's all right. You know, if you go in the back of this bus, they have some t-shirts for sale as well.
Anybody have hands? Yeah. I think I have some. Whoever gets it out first is the winner. She won. She got white.
He said he got some wet wipes.
Thank you so much.
He ain't got one. Let me get one.
In a few moments, we will resume the tour.
You good? You got you
So a lot of the houses that's mentioned was built in the 1930s or a little bit earlier. They're not like the shotgun houses there are in Birmingham, of course, you know where shotgun looks like. It's like very long and narrow. But here in AfricanTown, the homes they're not shotgun houses. Some are small and some are large, but they're like not like shotgun houses. They're more like shed houses than shotgun houses here. But they're built with the same material as the shotgun houses in Birmingham.
She texted me like I'm her best friend.
So again, for those of you who are just joining us, we are here in outskirts of Mobile. I think it's considered to be Mobile. This was already mentioned. It was annexed into Mobile in the 1960s.
All right, we got everybody. I'd hate to leave someone in the toilet in AfricanTown, okay? Everybody got their seat ready? The person in front of them, the person behind them. All right, we're good.
And I want to let you know I got hand sanitizer. So anybody
We
wants
have hand sanitizer. Summer has some hand sanitizer.
Oh, and we are back on the road again.
I want you to know in the days of the outhouse, we didn't have any.
Okay, so these are considered to be outhouses. And of course, in the 2030s, when outhouses were built, there was no plumbing. There was no structuralized plumbing, kind of like what we have today. There were no water and sewer systems like we have today. It was the 20s, 30s. So they had like man-made sort of sewer public, sewer bathroom facilities.
Oh, we had used State gave us a program.
I do this one.
Because most of the houses are either in really bad condition or they've been torn down and the land still exists. It is surrounded by industrial areas.
This street here, I like to turn down this street because you look to your left and your right. It's a good example of AfricanTown. You see old houses, they repaired this house, maybe died, her daughter repaired this house and leased it out. That's what we want to do, get the old house repaired and in the same style. You see a couple of vacant lots here, so that's the potential house. Shotgun house, yeah.
Yeah, so is there a building code, like because the historic community, is there a building code that it needs to be a?
Well, what we just told, basically, as long as we leave those houses and put us on the historic list, the rest of the stuff can, build almost, I won't say what you want, but build, simply build a house.
Yeah, well, some historic communities, like in Birmingham, I had a friend who had built a house. He had a house that looked like it fit in the neighborhood. And the historic committee, they did make several changes And she said, actually, it took longer, but it's coming out. And people are like, "Oh, you're so lucky you found that old house with a 3-car garage." And she said, "No, we just built, but it's built like the style of the neighborhood."
See, that's one thing we gotta have. We don't have an AfricanTown historic commission, just Africa. And district, yeah. And we're not part of the Mobile district.
What you think was right there?
Yeah. But you see a lot of big spots here, so put them into your housing, and we think, and we'd like to get into a backup to at least 5,000 people. Then we have, it's below 2,000. Yeah.
With the job left, it was better.
Well, they have, like you say, industry, but not a lot of people inside Africa have been able to take advantage of that. Now, one reason because of age, we have older age here now, and we have a lot of people over the age of 55, a lot of people under the age of 15. So that working class, we don't have a lot in that age bracket.
So Joe, when y'all get the museum here and other things, you see that that will help bring some jobs for people.
Yeah, that's our hope. That we have a pretty nice economic system based on the tourism industry. We're going to try to do as much as we can what they've done in Montgomery. After 12 months, the whole city had an increase in their sales tax revenue, restaurant, hotel. We got no hotel either. But as long as the city and the county prosper, that should help us. In Montgomery, that first 12 months, they had $1 billion increase in those taxes.
After what? After EJI?
After EJI, right? $1 billion increase in the sales tax revenue for the city.
You got your Montgomery girl here. Go look that up.
Yeah, I can send her somebody else.
Oh, they left.
$1 billion.
So this could be like a miniature shotgun house right there.
But without a roof, that water get in there. Without a good roof, it'll destroy.
You have a hand.
Another vacant lot there.
You got somebody that got a question.
Yes.
Was there a mayor, police department, thing like that?
Of AfricanTown itself. There was no police department or fire department. They had an unofficial group that ran things, and they vote amongst themselves. They called themselves the Mayor of AfricanTown.
Oh, okay.
But originally, when they were set up, because they didn't know anything about American law, it was set up just like the tribe back in there. Yeah,
Okay.
you had a medicine man, you had all that. And so that's one of the favorite things. It's the first community in a township that was set up with the African style.
So that's a structure, old
So
structure.
from the beginning of AfricanTown, up until the current time, has any of the demographic area been lost as far as land population?
Demographic, because of the land been
Yeah.
lost.
Right. Has any of
Well,
that been lost to different, when y'all annexed, did y'all lose any of the land surrounding that was originated for
When
AfricanTown?
we annexed, they annexed the entire AfricanTown planning area that currently exists today. Did we lose land? In my interpretation, anytime land is rezoned from residential to commercial industry, you lose it. Because you can no longer, that's land that we can't bring people back into anymore.
Right.
Because when the industry get it, it's gone. And so that's been our main struggle, try to get industry out of it. That's
I got a question. I got a question about that house.
yeah.
Where's the rest of the house?
I can hear it.
Where's the rest of the
Where's
house?
the rest of that house?
And when it was bulldozed, you could tell in with a lot of bad roofs and stuff, these wood houses fall in. They tear them down.
They said Dallas got together.
Yeah.
Well, this house here is taller.
This is
This house here.
We have
She has a question.
a lot of cases where
because they are that.
It's already fallen
These
in.
houses that was built in the 20s and 30s,
It's fallen in the back.
it's fallen in.
It's
They're very old.
but it's gonna take some money for it.
Oh yeah. So I was just wondering, with all the conditions that are right now and like everything relating to zoning and everything, I mean, in this area, is it possible for the residents or anyone in this community here to try to install like solar energy or any other
That-
environmental things right now?
Yeah.
What would you say?
Yeah, that's been something that we gotta look further into. Even with this area, we're gonna go across the street where I think that that's actually a potential for putting solar panels over there. This area that you see to the immediate left, this was one of the first areas where we started losing people. This land belonged to the Mayher family, and they built houses and leased these houses to people. But once industry started moving in, they figured out they could make more money by leasing to the industry, and they moved the people out. That was about at least 500 people that lived right here in this area, right in here, and they moved them out. Yes, sir. Somebody gonna have to help me here.
Speak up, John.
Did they burn the house?
Oh, no, this area, like I said, there was a big fire. This area at that time, I don't think didn't exist at that time. They didn't have houses here. So it never burned. But what he did was eventually, you see that big power line? They sold the land to Alabama Power. Alabama Power built a power line down to the river. And when they did that, the people in here, that was around 1970, they started a garden. And so now you're looking at the largest community garden in the state of Alabama. And they've had some really, really good years, and with proper management, this garden should never suffer. I just say that. With proper management, this garden should never be. I should always be something. And if we were doing a tour on the river, and this river would appreciate that, because every river like above ground storage tanks that are not under code. And some of them they don't see this purpose. Yeah, that's right. And we're right here where we have hurricanes. And so there's great potential for those above ground storage tanks to be in harm's way. And we've got storage tank skills in different always with. And the dairy plant is out of the river, but skills and that I definitely is after the town. Yeah, right. Oh, really? Yeah, I did not realize that. Yeah, and I think many of y'all are aware of the plant berry that you talk about. It's a coal ash pond that is right there on the water. I mean, the river is just running right there beside it. 600 acres of coal ash stored over 50 decades, and it's been unlined, and it's not, it's an earthen dam, and you can see that, with that high water, it comes up almost top of it, and it has it's spilled over, and it's really all serious. Yeah, and it's one of those things when we talk about collaboration with our different groups, Sierra Club, Alabama River Alliance, many of the water keepers have all worked very hard and worked on strategic plans on how do we combat this, how do we make this as best as we can. And it's Mobile River was just listed as the third most endangered river in the country because of plant berry, because as Carol said, it's not if, it's when that earth dam break and it's contaminated. Now, one thing I want to say about the community garden is that what they grow a lot of greens and beans and sugar cane and peppers, tomatoes and stuff, and a lot of greens, because greens grow all time of the year. And about a third of it they'll keep for themselves. A third of it they will let people, they're riding through, they want to buy stuff, they let them buy it. And then a third of it, they just give it away to community members. They come up here and want stuff. So if somebody ever died of starvation in AfricanTown, you know that they don't like green. We have a lot of green, a lot of colors.
This community garden, do you know who runs it? Who runs it?
Okay, there's an organization called the AfricanTown Community Development Corporation, ACDC. The power company actually turned it over to that organization a few years ago, and they run the community garden. They actually own this place.
So is it run by the organization, or
Yeah,
is it run by the community? Does it take part in, keeping it up?
Everybody, what they do, they assign lots to people that want to garden here. We have people that are waiting in line. So they have an organization that runs it, and they used to have a guy that they used to pay to sort of keep it up, but I think they lost some of that funding from the state. But they own the land, and they they keep it up as best they can. It could be run better, a whole lot better. So, but I never.
I think it would the garden would get more funding and resources if they turned into what is called a community land trust.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun, and and we know, but we don't run it, and we don't get involved in it. What AAS? What is it? ASA? Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Joe, you spot right over here. Protest about charge day and pipeline coming through. It's right over behind
Yeah, that's why he stopped so we talk about that. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my question, how many community life or reserve life are registered farm? I'm a registered farm with a anyone that they can behind. If
I don't know exactly, but my guess would be no.
And it's nothing. I mean, I'm a resident. I don't have a farm. On the side of my house, I grow my own grapes. It don't ever.
There's a lot. There's one out there. We the person over that organization, we leave them alone.
It's ACD.
ACD. Yeah, we leave them alone. We tried. Organization come in and say, look, I think that Alabama Sustainable Agricultural Society. They came in and they did a conference. They conference right there in our school then, and they donated $500. They offered. They never raised out.
That's kind of what we're talking about, like previous.
Yeah.
Money, we're trying to,
Yeah.
So is that an open?
Is that a what?
What?
Is that hopeless?
No, I asked him.
Yeah.
He's from the garden, or is the garden still there?
Okay, what here?
Just the whole thing is a garden. It's just no props up right now. But the whole, he was asking, he thought that the garden was gone and just pieced up. I let him know the props of this garden haven't came up.
You can see, you can see where they reached the cloud of some of the land. That's actually a proof because they hadn't cut it for a while. It wasn't long ago when they had crops all over. It just, I don't know. Here, we really don't have a water issue. We've plateaued this higher ground here, but we do have a problem with the cemetery with nobody else, where it's actually thinking that cemetery.
So do you all have like a registry for like all the, so I've seen some of the houses got people live in, some of them are, just going down. The ones that are going down, is it a case of like air property, or is it somebody has, don't know who own it, tax delinquent? But that's why I started with, we gonna have like a registry for the whole neighborhood.
Air property is probably like air property everywhere. It's a problem. we got so that we're trying to get a handle on it. We do have a list for all the housing. This is our take on it. My organization trying to do, and our customers love to about it. And I like to have a list of every lot, every house in Africa. Have a house and lot in Africa. I want to know more about it than you do, because I grew up with most of the people around here, and a lot of times you go talk to Joe Woman. Hey Joe, how's your house doing? Your property tax up? Oh yeah, man, my property tax. Next week I'm planning to go up to the property tax sale. So people want they're a lot there, and a lot of times they're ashamed, and if they need help, I want to know it, and I want to offer it, and offer everything there. I know your property tax are not about. Want to help you do something.
And I was gonna make a suggestion. Our session that we had this morning was talking about getting interns and college students interested and available, and that may be something that could be a project for students to come and help inventory the homes and begin to get that list. So, I mean, I'm not a professor, but there might be somebody.
We tried, and it's sort of tedious, and you get down and leave, but
that would be a project.
Everything's a project.
Everything funded.
I mean, I get excited. If I were an intern, I'm looking.
It's too much money. Because it is,
you know,
and I'm trained in Montgomery. I probate.
Because we do check the boxes for everything available out there, but the city did a meeting about the EPA grants or something. They said we didn't qualify for that. But let me. I do want to talk about once we make this started. Once you get inside the tent, that's inside the school ground. You see the yellow holes over here too. That denotes that all pipe. We have a big thing. That's what got me involved. Carol Club coming in, and this is coming. We said no, we can't be coming doing it. Now they were people along. Next thing we knew, they was out here with bulldozers. Anyway, they ran a pipeline. They were running for the mayor family because the mayor family allowed that land for you understand. And they were the mayor was going to tell them on their leg to lease the land that they should. I would. And so they wanted to come into the school area and run the pipe down there. And the school system allowed us to do it. They shut down our facility for a whole year. Kids couldn't come out and play. And they ran the pipeline through the schoolyard down to the river. And they leased it for years. We've been told. I've never seen a contract. Have you seen a contract?
Their parties try to go and get landowners and food properties have equity properties, but like contract right there,
But
So this is an underground full pipeline, which has lots of problems and issues.
Yeah. And they leased the land right away, 30 years for a grand total of $300.
That was cool.
That's the school board.
Wow.
Now they put the field back in shape. They put a roof on the cafeteria that was $55,000, and then they donated another $25,000 to an organization.
but they also routed the same pipeline under the only reservoir.
They're referring to this land right there. That's what they're referring to. And so this is all Alabama Power right
But
here.
if I was pipeline through my yard, I have the best house in Alabama. That's my life. That's my future life. Put this school down there.
Negotiate. That same pipeline, they take different amounts every mile. Look at all. Some negotiate people done, the larger landowners get more money than they negotiate with everybody around them. And they don't. If they press eminent domain, so if you don't negotiate with them, that's the way we.
So, they ride up to them, behind that.
Come in NPL.
Yeah. Well,
There's a lot of industry here. Notice the railroad tracks that are here. So this is a heavy industrial area here.
Okay, now we're going back in this area. This is where international people stand. And it had the whole area, everything you can see to your left and to your right. And this is where they said for about 70 years. Now, if you look off to your right, I know the grass has grown up, but look real close, you can see a lot of stuff in the ground, the foundation that they never took out. See that? Everything that was underneath the ground, pipe, tank, all that is still here. And we were told that when a big business has been here as long as IP has been here, they have to file an exit plan when they leave. And we went to the Corps, we went to the ADM, we went to the EPA. No one had an exit plan that was filed by IP or Scott when they left. Everything is still in the ground. This should have been a Superfund site. It should have been cleaned up by now. They've been gone now for 25 years.
So is there no legal ramifications behind that since they didn't file?
The community had a lawsuit in that I think the guy out of Anderson, he got sick, an older guy, and then his son didn't do it. That was a small little settlement that minimum, like a lot of people got. But that's the only thing. We're working with EPA now. We're going to do what we can to try to get the site cleaned up. And this is one reason why a lot of industries have come over here, because they have to clean it up. But this is also where we mentioned that all property, they wanted to take this area and put about 50 of those large storage tanks over here, right across the street from us, right across the street.
So,
yeah, we're out by you. This used to be known as the happy hunting ground during the slavery era, but they said we won't buy this land over here because we don't want to run the game away. I'll buy it. And so they used to walk across the street, kill a deer, kill a wild hog, drag him back, cut it up, for the friends and neighbors. But this is where they survived over here. Now, to your left there, that Camaro plant, that's Camaro chemical company. It shut down one day because they had a tank on it almost blew up. They had to evacuate. They evacuated just off of it. Now this is in AfricanTown. We read over here. They didn't evacuate us. We only found out about it. We were sitting in a meeting. And somebody said, "Down the TV, and the news people were like, "Foot." The police and the fire department evacuated all of that area, but not us. Not really. Well, they said the wind was blowing that way. Yeah, we'll change all the time.
so this is an area that's called a brownfield. Y'all ever heard of talking about brownfields?
Yeah. Well, they have a fish to call it a brownfield. They have a designated. Now,
I was thinking that I worked with some of the folks, Marcia and Groundwork.
we got a brownfield grant, but we didn't get one to do this area. Yeah. This is political. Yeah.
Definitely should be designated as a federal brownfield, a Superfund site, no doubt.
Yeah. And plus, we go underneath the bridge for still the landing. That was one that she wanted that we asked for. We asked for this too, but we knew this was going to be controversial. But that was one they asked for, and the state said, "No, y'all can't get it." So we're fighting that.
Well, I want to say when I lived here, this is Hog Bayou, and this is where the boats would come in and they would load and unload. I mean, they would unload the wood.
Yeah, and this was the power plant back here. This is the only structure they sold this out to out there out of Louisiana, and they generate power for those companies. There's a lot of companies is in Africa behind the woods you can't see them. Most of them.
So what are the political ramifications of what y'all? What are the political ramifications of what y'all going through?
Political stuff. Well, right now we're not seeing a lot of political stuff because what we've been able to do publicity wise, it's sort of kept them at bay. I mean, that goes through everything I didn't know. Everything was sort of undercover. It's really exposing all this stuff. And all this stuff really is illegal. It's illegal. Like Karen said earlier, you got a lot of plants that never filed for a permit, but they've been out free for years. And you can see you can almost stop here. Stop here. Back up just a little bit. Back up just a little bit. We're not gonna get off. I don't got a time for it. But you can see that's how value this is. The National Park Service is working for this good. The National Park Service is working for Twitter to turn this into a national park. But we got to speed it up first. We got growing, a lot of we could do the amphitheater out here. We could do the RV for people that come in and stay for Mardi Gras. They park down here and walk downtown to bicycle down. We have 2 miles down. It's beautiful. Yeah.
And we just need your recreation area, a lawn area, where people can really access the water.
There we go. And
Yeah.
here we go. We're holding up our Alabama Scenic River Trail.
Yeah.
So whether they're going to expand it or not.
Well, yeah, there are. It's got to be a fiscal test. We have no testing. No testing in AfricanTown. All this pollution, but no testing, never been.
And the air monitors are they would never put an air monitor.
Well, so now, I need to talk to where's Gaff?
Right.
Here we go. So we're talking about air monitors.
We're gonna eat. We're gonna get them. We're gonna get them.
Working on that.
Okay.
I gotta tell this book because I love this about this whole area. Now this is how value, and this was known as they had the hunting ground for the slaves that lived over there across the street. And so there's a folklore about how the new slaves are called, one from the Castilla, taught the old slaves how to take care of themselves after slavery ended. And so it goes like this. When they brought over the folks from the Castilla, they took them down to the overseer, and the overseer said, okay, now, y'all slaves, y'all gonna be slaves. So the oldest one here, we would call him Joe. Said, but what's this slavery stuff? I ain't been no slave, I've been free all my life. Well, what is slavery? The overseer looked out there and saw John about the same age as Joe. Said, come here, John. So y'all follow John. Y'all do everything John do everything he tell you to do, and y'all be good slaves. So they followed John around all day. And at the end of the day, Joe said, hey, John, look being no slave. It ain't no fun. They want you to work, and don't want you to stop, water, they want to beat you to stop. I don't like this. John said, hey, man, you got a slave. You got a slave. You see that bunkhouse over there? That's where we are. That's what we sleep there because we slave. See that food? They feed you that food because you slave. And I even got a house by myself and my family. That's because we slave. We got a slave, man. If they catch you, they're gonna maybe kill you. You gotta do it. So he said, okay. So they slaved, and 5 years later, the overseer came back after Civil War ended. He said, okay, now, y'all free. Y'all gonna be free. So John said, hey, boss, what's this free stuff? I ain't never been free. I was born a slave. My dad was born a slave. His daddy was born a slave. His granddad. What is this free stuff? Joe said, Don't worry about it, boss. I got it. I got him. I got him. I've only been in the state for 5 years. I haven't forgotten how to be free. I'll teach you. He just follow me. What you about to be free? He said, well, how am I gonna feed my family, man? They ain't gonna give us no food. We ain't gonna slave. I'm gonna feed my family. They gonna kick me out of my house. But main thing, how am I gonna feed my family, man? And Joe said, well, look here. Y'all got this place called House Value, right? So, yeah. So about back in House Value, y'all got deal. That deal think he fast. You let me get home. I'll run it. And when I was in Africa, I was 12 years old. They gave me a spear and told me to kill that lion. That lion was trying to eat me. And doggone it, I killed that lion with that spear. Y'all got deer. Y'all got owl. Y'all got squirrel. Y'all got coon. Y'all got possum. Y'all got fish. Y'all got birds. Y'all got everything back here we need to eat. And then he said, yeah, Joe, but back in Home Bayou, they got these great big old watermelon. They got these great big old alligators. He said, that's right. And we gonna eat them suckers too. Yes, sir.
I know this outlet, but what's that?
What's that crane for? That crane, you got a pipe coming up here, and they ship steel, rolled steel, in the town, and they barge them right here, and they flip them off the barge and put them on truck, take them up there, and the pipe up. Very tight.
The train is to live the steel.
Yeah, right. But we hope that if we can get this cleared out, they also got another pipe dock back on the other side. We can just use this because we want to use this for boat launching, canoeing, all that stuff, paddleboarding, because the way that water is now, it never really gets real weighted back here because the way that it's set. Even during a hurricane, sometimes bring the boats back here, the only thing the water gonna do is rise up. It never really gets up.
And this is tidal, so it goes up and
Down. Okay, man. Yeah.
I'd love to get out here. Let me.
Yeah.
No, come do it. Okay.
Kind of give you an idea of some of the scenery over here. This
How are we doing on time? I want to see.
Okay, we'll go right there. Okay, time to go right there.
They are having.
It's 43 now.
Okay, I think the cemetery is great.
But we can do a quick pad through.
Okay.
3 o'clock, we see it. Can anybody go to 3:30? 3:30?
You would not go to 3:30. Yeah. We're good with 3:30. All right. Yeah. So I think if we can, yeah. So for me, I'd love to see the cemetery, both before it's historic, but also the stormwater issues. I think that may be something that is water being.
Still going? Yeah.
Are we going to the cemetery?
Yeah, well.
Okay. I have her husband. Yeah.
we'll have some more historical sites coming out here. So y'all stay tuned. This is heavy historical industrial area, and some of it is considered to be a brownfield where you have an organization that's trying to work, trying to get the EPA and federal government to declare it a brownfield and have it cleaned up. And it can be used for all sorts of water-related activities, hiking, canoeing, kayaking, fishing, things of that nature. But there has to be some So air quality testing is water quality testing. Once the area is cleaned up, to really determine what can and cannot be done in that particular area.
You were riding back to town, I noticed that there were several bus stops. Is there an active bus stop?
Yeah, city bus stop there. Now, when they got up to the computer, they outloaded them up in the pump, like 12 mile hour. And they been kept up that way for about 2 weeks. Then they eventually started bringing those to the mail kept about 55 of them. And they actually come down right in the area now to make sure that the fed had left. They hit them. This used to be a lot deeper. You know, it is filled in, they hit them right back. But then they eventually moved down to the river over here down.
What did they hide? I'm sorry, I missed what they hid.
The
Oh,
people.
they hid the table.
Yeah.
Table. Oh, the people.
Okay. I've never heard that. All I heard was like, they told right. Now to your left here is a sheet metal place, and it's become a bad eye. We told them to give a product in, and actually this is a pretty good day here. It's a good. They know, yeah, they know they had it a little bit backed up. Yeah. So just give a big good product. Yeah.
He want to know how much land is AfricanTown. How much?
It's about 5 square miles.
Like, how much land? How much land?
I couldn't hear that last part.
Much later they own.
Good, like 20%. Well, no, not that. About 20% of the land and that's done is residential. That's what I'm trying to hold on to and see. That's place resident, and some of the land is still owned by the mayor now.
The mayor.
The mayor family.
Mayor.
Yeah, not the mayor.
Are they still?
But he's got some land in here too. It's down there, put a plantation down there. It's not a big, they moved it down here. Now this used to, okay, right, this used to be the credit union for Scott, right over here, now Kimberly Park. And they closed down when Scott moved. The city and the county just recently, well, the city purchased. It was on for sale for about $2 million, I believe. But they sold it to the city for $50,000. Yeah. And so the city and the county said, well, we'll put it in shape. And so the estimate to get it put in shape was about $800,000. Yeah, that's right. And so the county commissioner said, well, we're just tearing down and rebuild it. So she's tearing it down, and they're gonna rebuild a structure. And I told her, I said, I would like for the people when they come over that bridge to look at this structure and say that must be AfricanTown. I don't know what that looks like, but I know some people. Yeah, but it's officially going to be a business center. The house the nonprofit. We got about 8 of them, and they're going to have a food bank at the back up.
That'd be great coming off the bridge.
Yeah. Right. Go ahead.
Some really good information here.
Now, all this thing, this is another area where the movie is called in South Africa. He must have about 1,500 people in the area. That bridge, you only go about 100 yards, not about 3 miles. And this bridge helped right by our downtown. Right here. We are driving. Only black folks now in Louisiana here in Africa. And so that's like all of that.
Did they pay AfricanTown?
Get them in no makeup, they don't want to pay.
Joe, I got a question. I see that Williams Motel there. So yeah, how's the status of it? And
Okay,
was
that's
it
now
pretty used
owned
often?
by who? Mayor family.
Oh.
That was back home years ago, and that's really the only thing left of this strip. I mentioned that the bridge was wiped out. Oh, yeah, the bridge wiped out in downtown. This was the Williams Hotel owned by a black man, but when he died, the Mayor family took it over, and it's operated on a small scale now, mostly for contractors that come in here. But I used to like it. I'm not gonna tell you that. They used to actually advertise about coming in. You can get it for Monica, okay?
Yeah, I kind of have an idea of where he's going with that, but we gonna keep that on the level.
You're right on that area. That was another area of AfricanTown that the mayor owned. That was known as no man's land. I used to walk to a lot of food yards, get to the creek over there, the fish and trout and all that
Kimberly
stuff.
Clark
So
over
he
here.
wiped that out and
This
leased this land to these guys people down in Kimberly Clark. That's no reason why the population was because he actually moved people out and they can
We got too many voices echo and we can't hear in the back.
No, not here. That was about, the mayor family still owned about 50% of the land even after they let them incorporate it. Because they were incorporated with the people there. Yeah. But there was a man named Nelson Adams, he ended up owning a lot of land, black guy. His best friend saved one of the mayor family boys alive because they were on the boat. And they were moving logs down the river, logs got stuck. He went out there to unstick the log and it fell and bumped his head on the ground. The young kid saved his life. So they asked him what they want. He said some land. So they gave him some land. Nelson Adams, businessman, he ended up buying a lot more property. He had a lot of rental property. I live right across the street from him. As far as I know, he never moved anybody out of his property. People always had financial problems. He never moved anybody out. Now we're going to see if we can get back here to where the flotilla was supposed to have landed. We're going to flotilla landing. Hopefully the trains are working and we can get in and out there without a problem. Okay. Oh, the bridge turned. They got to worry about it. On the bridge, the train can't come. I used to walk across that bridge. That was scary.
Excuse me, you all, we can't hear back here. There's too many voices echoing.
But when I got to bed, he stopped caring, and that's when I stopped doing running.
Joe, they can't hear you in the back.
Yeah, it's too many voices crossing here.
Yeah.
If you all don't mind, please.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It was
Oh,
the
I
conversation, Joe. It's the other conversations that's going.
This is Clotilda landing. As we know, the Clotilda did not land. It came up the Mobile River. The feds was waiting for them right here because this was all Mayor land. And this was where they were supposed to have landed. And so they was waiting for them on both sides of the river. But the mayor got the word to him that when y'all hit my Mobile River, y'all just keep going on up there to my property at 12 miles an hour. And it was in the dark of night, no real light out here. So when they got here, they just kept on going, and the feds were looking for a boat that stopped. And so they went right by. And so they were able to go 12 miles up the river there, the 12-mile island, and that's where they put them out. But they eventually brought them back down here after they had hit them behind the school there, and they settled in right behind where those storage tanks are behind the tribe known as the Moor. MOR at the Moor. And they stayed there with them for about 6 months, and they didn't like the fact that when it rained, it was flooding. They got a fishing pole there. People come down here all the time. On the weekend, a lot of them have their kids to be in a pickup truck or a van or something. And they have a boom box, a Tati grill, and they'll fish out here and drink beer and stuff on the weekend. And so we're trying, this is another area we're trying to turn into a park service. This land underneath the bridge, this is a state bridge. So this land under here belongs to the state. We got a brown field to do a study to see if the land is dirty. But we need permission from the state to get up under here. And the state, we said, hey, we have the money, $100,000 to do a brownfield study. Can we do a study? They said no.
Oh,
They said no. Who
that
was
was
the,
just the first time.
that's the first time. You got to. We've learned that no. The first thing out of Alabama and Mobile mouth is no. But you just got to keep going. It slows you. It frustrates. It slows you down.
And I will tell you, that's what I have truly admired about Joe, that he had the tenacity to have this vision and continue to push and push and push. He got students to draw drawings of what the buildings and what the park can look like. I mean, you don't stop it, though.
Yeah, you don't stop that. No, you learn that this is what's going to happen. So you plan for it and just keep going. Yes, sir.
Oh, I see like pieces of building in the water and was that building on it?
You mean the stuff out there in the water? There used to be a pier. They still have it. They got all tanks back here. And there are small tanks that come in here and load and unload all.
Was that
And
what
you can see coal, you can see coal in stored over here. And you see that it's not being covered, and if they're putting professors on it to control the dust, and those professors have PFAS in them, it's coming, and if they're using it, then it's flowing down into the water, there's no test on it. And then we've got people fishing here, that's the storage, our background storage tank, which are constantly leaking.
And I think, and there also a sewage water discharge somewhere out here. Yeah, I think right here. And so I remember that day that you and I were down here, this guy was out there in the water catching crabs. And I'm thinking, Joe said, and there's a sewage discharge right there. Yeah, so those of you that are aware of when Cindy talked about the bill, the SHORE Act, the Safe Healthy Outdoor Recreation Act, that would mean that there would need to be a sign here saying that there's a sewage discharge here, so that people that are catching fish are aware that maybe those crabs are so big because of good fertilizer. What might be, but anyway, to be a discharge point. So.
Who's responsible for putting something like that up? Is it the city?
Yeah.
Well, that's all to be negotiated in the bill.
Okay. Yeah. It could have never happened, but it did. Well, we got a creek over there. Used to be all raw food years ago, and the state made them clean it up. And I think it's one of the last ones to agree the raw. Probably not.
Even when they had those.
Oh, well, we got a ship that's going
I
through
mean,
there.
not
Look
that
at
we
that.
have the EPA civil rights division. That's what we need to pay. It's a cruise.
What kind of boat is that?
There's a
Barge.
there's a lot. There's a lot.
Volumes of
Yeah, there's a lot. It don't get bigger.
What's our line?
everything.
So is there a lot? Well,
The official listing? Yes,
How
the
big
official
is
listing.
that?
Everybody have their own list right now. But yeah.
Yeah, like Victoria talked about when she grew up in Mississippi, she didn't know that everybody didn't know Mississippi.
yeah, but I mean, if it's nothing, we talk about research and working on.
I like some really good plans over here. And here's the other part of the river right here.
Yeah, no, I have.
This woman is a organizer.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends down here at on the board, and I'm just surprised. They like they probably just think it's just the way it's like.
But what you're also seeing,
So this is all part of AfricanTown too, but as you mentioned, there was a family that owned the majority of the land, and they eventually released it out
Is that
to
we're
industry.
fighting all
A lot of
today
people
and
lost
where
their
they
home.
moved in.
So that
Yeah, I mean, that is scary to be live that close to something that in a hurricane district can be all over your land, house, water.
think of that sea level rise and get storm high water. All of it, and think of that. All of the chemicals around, and think of what was her name?
And Joe, I was wondering, what's the nearest commercial airport near this area?
Well, Mobile Airport, well, they're reestablished, not reestablished. Brooklyn Field is probably closer right now, but they're just beginning to move the airport out of West Mobile to Brooklyn Field. It should have been there. Yeah, it should have happened. They committed money.
Really? Closer to the water?
Yeah.
Wait, with sea level rise, what were they thinking? I mean,
Yes, sir. That's Kimberly Clark. If they make tissue.
Oh, so that's where that big thing was.
Yeah. Tissue, garlic tissue,
like, well, you know.
all that tissue.
because they fear they can make more money by leasing land to industrialize companies. It's sort of business to get into that a lot of people don't have or not able to. You got to have a whole lot of land. I mean, acres of land in order to really capitalize that if you really want it.
That's been part of our problem because they have a trust, and that trust job big money. So when we get
Well, I like to vision.
yeah,
Like to think that at some point there'll be someone in that family trust that wants to do the right thing.
yeah, I think
There's loophole.
one of the older guys.
Well, and I also think is that the industry of tourism and
Yeah.
everybody in AfricanTown, they want to clean up and not be. If the tour bus will go at this wide is that problem, their family is wide is that problem. They may want to.
I think it is. It should be used right there in the front yard. Do we make some agreement?
I was gonna tell you, I don't know if you may already know this, but when I was in our meeting in Montgomery a few weeks ago, that works for the mayor there, said that EJI is either buying or leasing some land right there where the new Whitewater Park is going in, and they're gonna have a place there, and they'll have boats, and they will boat you up there, and then out there where the place where the place was sold, and then walk you up to the EJI and make that part of their. So when you're talking about those dinner
Okay, now when he makes this turn, he's gonna be going sort of slow. And if you look to your right, you can see the mural of the flotilla, and you can see the various places. The mural. And you look right above the ship, you can see the fireplace, which is the only thing left from the slavery era. Fireplace itself, and then you see the elk lodge that's been there since the 30s, and you'll see the slave quarters, and right next to the slave quarters, you'll see the church they built.
Okay.
So we're turning to the church, and then right in front of the church, there's something going on there. And right in front of the church, good joke. And then we'll go across the street for the cemetery, the cemetery where built. Where they would live, where they buried, and then the museum where we go to. Yeah. So
That's one of the buildings they were talking about right there.
you're right, and right. Now you can see coming up to the.
I would tell them.
And just above you'll see the chimney. That's where the chief lives.
Oh, the chimney on the
Yeah.
up above.
The chief of AfricanTown.
Yeah. Okay. And this is the elk club with the roof. Yeah. And it's a slavery quarter. Got maybe about 5 or 10 houses there. About 40 houses. People all through. And then it's the church that's rebuilt 3 times.
Wow.
Yeah, the church they church they would do it like that in front of it.
So it had to be real.
Well, yeah, once it burned down, another time they just rebuilt stuff. They started provisionally in 1870. Yeah, this is the third rendition of it. Yeah. Water.
Like have a war ever started.
Civil War. Yeah, well, but they didn't really fight it no good. As a matter of fact, you bring up the Civil War. You know, the last battle of the Civil War was Battle of Mobile Bay. And the last infantry battle was won by the Union soldiers that was won by the Buffalo, right over here across the bay. The Buffalo soldiers won the last infantry battle, Civil War, right here in Baldwin County. Yeah. And one of them, two of them is buried in the cemetery. The Buffalo soldiers were black soldiers in the Union Army.
What you said again? What you said again?
Right.
It was kind of,
This
this is a look up close of what the slave houses look like over there,
cargo that was transported on the transatlantic slave trade.
where these trees were.
Recently, they
There
found
was
out that one of the
also
cargo
some
late name
homes over there.
from Selma, and
As
she
well.
died in like 1940 or so.
And as you can see, they, he was saying that this was the third rendition of the church, and for the most part, it is still an active church.
Matilda, Rhodesia was 2. They were bought by a plantation owner up in Selma, Alabama. They were on their field.
They don't know what it's there.
They don't?
I mean, from what I've been.
So is the cemetery not connected to the church?
Yeah, so
Oh, so this is part of the disconnect.
Yeah. Now this needs to be a good day because a lot of days it's hard to get across this street. I was going to bus to one to two. And this is why, this and this is why we thought already again, them putting a whole road. And you can see our cemetery sinking. Yeah, got a sinkhole. And that's because when they widen that street, they wiped out all the houses and businesses on the south side. But that's when it rained real hard, it wouldn't rain down. Now everything rains. It's rain right through something.
The way they did it.
Rock. Yeah. And
You
so,
probably noticed like
yeah, so
too,
that's the town.
that map of the
I think
screen.
personally they ought to develop Pittman Road. That's a natural bypass around the community. They should have done that years ago rather than doing this street. And that would eliminate the problem right there.
She said it might be my fault. Yeah, anyway, ain't got no further.
Your time is my time now.
Y'all want to get out one? This is our last stop.
Sure.
It can be, but no, but
they let
it can be just in. It's probably no. It'll take us much time,
Okay.
and if we don't
Last Tuesday.
we don't have markers.
Oh, wait.
It turns out I'm
Where is it?
Oh, his word.
See you? Okay.
It's verified that they're in the car.
Okay.
And we are getting close to the end of this tour.
When we get back to the thing, I want to take a group picture of all of us in the car and
Bye-bye. All right, okay, now, it's 3:11, what time we want to get back?
yeah, I think I'm gonna turn it right home.
Joe, I've got a 5-hour drive.
Okay. We'll do it right now. Okay, that's why cemetery could take you 30 minutes. Plus we don't have markers yet.
But when you come back, it'll be a place to get.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that I really wanted us to get today was to hear some of the stories while we had access to Joe. There's gonna be, and you're gonna see what it looked like today. And when you come back in a few years, you're gonna see the blossoming of this visioning.
Amen.
And hopefully some of us in unknown ways will be able to help inspire this vision.
Now this is something that a place where the entire community has agreed to be welcome them. And we got $3.5 million to get the work going.
Oh,
So,
great.
they're gonna have a meeting pretty soon with the community as to what they want to do here. How they want that. It's gonna be a problem. They gotta
And I see that the gates say AfricanTown.
access to that tree line back. Some of my yeah. Oh, what the original. This is over here. They use this ditch here. On this side is new, old side. That's left side west. And we actually need to look further into the tree line. I think that's a great area there.
So on this street from and on the right side is the new section, on the left side is the old section. And in the old section, part of that area is sinking when they tore down all the houses and buildings, and they built that road up ahead behind.
Has everybody seen the film? Well, it's on Netflix now, and
So since they done that, they cost a lot.
Get to the street, they out, and this guy right here, this company guy from Africa, he created a mess that we're gonna try to get rid of. He created a mess. Yeah, they did no permit for that. They moved in here by 1998. He never filed for a permit. They took him to court, and all that stuff, nothing stuff, is just blow. They took him to court, they interviewed him, and they asked him, why did you get a permit? He was over there. And he was the West. That was right back there.
okay, so this stuff, are you behind? Are you back here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Data was
You know, all that stuff up there, flow, hurricane, water comes up and gets washed up into the house. No, not how it got bigger. Yeah, yeah. And that's 3 Mile Creek there. You can see that bridge at the southern boundary. So the southern boundary is 3 Mile Creek, eastern boundary is Mobile River and northern boundary is Mobile. So because we're such stressful time, we're not going to go through that bridge. That's what a housing project was. But that's also a big opportunity for something new. Now, and so there's a lot of we're putting on an international design company. We got companies going around the world. Some of these places that we've seen, especially housing here. That was a 350 unit housing here. They tore it down because it was in need of maintenance. But we later found out that for 10 years, sending down $1 million to maintain it. And the money went to black owners. Then they fired 2 people, but nobody did it.
So what website, you know, or how to?
Well, that's a group.
Okay.
Yeah, they can do it. And they got prize money of $100,000 that they've already raised.
And they go to one person or is that
Now,
a
except
different category?
different category. I think they said, yeah, they're gonna actually now.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So I was glad that they got that money. When you announce you do something, you gotta do it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is a fairly special, I mean, is it all?
No, it's a professional unit. And I've met a lot of, and man, these architects, they've done things around the world. These folks, really. They're something.
So who gets to make the decision?
They got a jury pool. I wasn't a jury.
So one of the things I think about when you talk about designing a building so that when you come across, you know you're in AfricanTown. Is that like having some conversation?
And now,
Yes.
But it would be great if it was built for our water.
Yes.
And if it was built.
Yes.
Or even solar, that would be a real plus. So think about that on the board. Make sure to look for those qualities or those that you can adapt to.
Yeah.
So look at those designs.
Yeah, they think about that here in the coast.
And we're going to get ready to wrap up here. Hope you enjoyed this tour of AfricanTown here in Mobile. Check out the sign one more time. So glad that you joined with us today. And hopefully and we will do a follow-up on what's going on here. So stay tuned for that. I'm Keith Williams. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.